Well, surprising as it may be to some listeners, I'm no expert on women's hockey or indeed many other subjects I hold strong views on, but it seems to me that if the Ireland rugger team had taken a leaf out of the women's hockey team, they may well have beaten New Zealand in the quarterfinals in a penalty shootout. So maybe take that into consideration next time, Joe. Eddie O'Sullivan, the former Ireland coach, is with me to go through it all. Eddie, do you know much about women's hockey?
Yeah, I do, of course. You know, very similar to rugby, really. The thing about hockey is, obviously, apart from the sticks and the size, shape and weight of the ball, it's the exact same principles apply, really.
In what sense, Eddie?
Well, you know, the nuts and bolts are the very same. You've got to batten down the hatches, circle the wagons, stand back and let the man see the rabbit, otherwise you won't see the woods from the trees. So that's one sense.
Yes, in that way they're the exact same, of course. Picking through the debris of Ireland's dismal debacle, why was the deadly demise so dreadful?
Well, you know, the buck stops with the coach. People are having a cut off me, saying I have a hard neck, pointing the finger at Joe Schmidt, considering I was at the helm in 2007. And, you know, I'm all on for loyalty, but 2007 was the players' fault. But anyway, I don't have a hard neck. In fact, I've no neck at all, as you can probably see from this feckin' photo of me.
I'm actually here, Pat.
Oh, and do you ever leave the studio? I mean, what's going on with you?
I have an idea, which is, why don't the IRFU apply to the World Rugby Board to have the World Cup played every 3 years, seeing as we always peak a year too early?
Well, you know, I mean, you can't pay the spud with a hammer, you know. Sometimes you spend all morning looking for your favourite pair of socks and you look down at your feet and you realise you're wearing them. You know, that's World Cup rugby.
Yes, indeed. Well, I suppose that's it in a nutshell.
Well, it's not, because, you know, you can't shell nuts in a blizzard. As the old saying goes, sometimes you got to bury the treasure and put your snacks in a different trolley.
Yeah, gotcha, Eddie. What the fuck's he talking about? Now, I'm joined by Brian O'Driscoll. Brian, thanks for joining us. Some critics have said this World Cup was poorly organised, with predictably bad weather, resulting in cancelled games, transport chaos, no contingency plan, and some appalling refereeing. Would you go along with that, Brian?
Yeah, well, I don't want to rock the boat here, Pat, but speaking in my capacity as a global ambassador for major sponsors of World Rugby, I think everything is great in the game, and the World Cup has been a fantastic tournament, and I say that in association with Vodafone. Everyone in.
Thanks, Brian. Well, Andy Farrell, the new Ireland coach, joins us now. Andy, I presume there's a lot of doom and gloom in the air after that World Cup fiasco.
No, not at all. I was really proud. I was really proud of the lads. I was dead proud. Proud as punch, me. And all the signs are positive going forward. In Thailand, new coaching staff, obviously in the provinces, Graham Roundtree's in Munster, Steele Lancaster at Leinster, and Mike Catt as our new attack coach. In fact, it's the same crew, the exact same crew that were in charge of England 4 years ago when we couldn't get out of our pool.
Fabulous. Well, far be it from me to cast any judgment, but getting your cat involved does smack a little of desperation, Andy.
No, that's not what I said. No, Mike Catt.
Got to wrap it up there, Andy.
Mike Catt.
No, sorry, I didn't interrupt you, Andy, okay?
Oh, sir.
So, a great week for Irish women's sport, and I suppose it culminated in the fabulous win by Katie Taylor. She's now the world champion in 2 weights, whatever the heck that means. Katie, delighted you could join us. To what do you attribute your great success, Katie?
Thanks very much, Pat. I'm absolutely delighted. You know, just great to have the opportunity to come on to the programme and talk about my success, you know.
Yes.
I want to thank God for that, you know. It's just amazing, you know, my whole career. I've just been dying for this moment, you know, and obviously the Olympics was a huge thing for me, you know.
Yes.
Women's boxing, you know, ever since I was a little girl, I was just always going down to the gym, you know, and Bray, and training me heart out, you know, every single day I was going down to the gym and Bray, and it was just fantastic, you know. I'm a fairly private person, as you know, thank God, and I just like to hide myself away and read the scriptures before going out and beating the holy shite out of someone.
Beautifully said, Katie. Most articulately put. Finally, the Rugby World Cup has been put out of its misery. And thanks be to goodness, I think it's fair to say, to Manona Heron.
I'm still here, Pat.
Shut up, Owen.
I'm actually stuck to this chair, Pat.
I could get used to this. The off-the-ball guys. you know, getting in touch with da youth. Yeah.
Risteard's rugger thing.
On Off the Ball.
With Vodafone, official sponsors of the Irish rugby team. Team of us. Everyone in.
My mission is complete. End of broadcast. End of broadcast.